Hello and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Bryson, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts, Stevie.
Hello.
And Madison.
Hi again.
We are also joined by two lovely special guests, Bunni and Cypher. Thank you both for joining us.
Yeah.
Hello. Bunny, I'll let you go first.
Go what?
I'll let you introduce yourself first.
I'm Bunny.
So you're both. No, I'll lead us in. No worries. I could have introduced you there a little better. You're both co-streamers, streamers on Twitch. Tell us about your relationship with each other and like the Dead by Daylight community and the game and just streaming in general.
Bunny, would you like to speak?
Cypher and I are best friends. We hang out a lot in real life, and we don't stream that often, but at least once or twice a week.
Yeah. Bunny and I originally met playing Xbox, specifically DBD. So good ground.
Nice.
And
nice.
then we met each other in person a few months later, and now we're best friends, and we hang out like at least once a month, twice a month.
He's
Hell
actually
yeah.
coming to my family Christmas.
Nice. That sounds exciting. And how long have y'all been playing DBD?
I've been playing since the release of The Doctor, though it won't show on my actual stats because I didn't know what a blood web was until like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's crazy.
You must have
I guess
had
you never opened it.
blood points. Oh my goodness.
I have been playing, I'm going to give a very, very specific date. I've been playing since August 30th of 2022, and the only reason that I know that date is because I started playing this game for Wesker's release.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's real. That's real.
So is it Resident Evil that drawed you in?
I used to be a Resident Evil 5 speedrunner.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Probably
Very
the weirdest
cool.
Resident Evil game, but yeah, sick.
It is my favorite Resident Evil game.
I've not played Resident Evil 5, but I'm hoping for a remake eventually. So
I hope so.
Yeah.
awesome, amazing! Thank you both for joining us. We're excited to have you. We have a jam-packed episode for you listeners. This is episode 23 of Red Stain Radio. We're going to be covering the 9.3 update, which includes updates to the anti-camp mechanic, killer adjustments, palette density, and a lot of bug fixes, which we'll get into.
Bug
We also have
fixes.
some bug fixes.
Air
There's
quotations are necessary.
some clips have been going around, and that Deathslinger bug is still out there, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We also have some word about when we'll hear about the next chapter and some details on the next phase of the Grim War. But first, let's get into some housekeeping. If you did not hear our last episode, we have a Discord community now, which you can join by clicking the link in the description. Join us. We've already had folks in there playing DBD. I've played with folks with DBD. Maddie and I watched the community stream last Friday with some folks, which is awesome to react to live with. So yeah, if you're looking for more people to play Dead by Daylight with, if you're looking to give us feedback directly or just interact with us directly, or just make new friends, like it's a great place and people have been very kind and helpful and it's very active. So go check it out. Thank you.
Well, you say
Absolutely. Please do.
Oh, wait,
and then also you can give us episode ideas. So there's an episode ideas forum in there. You can click in there, create your little idea, and then people can vote on it by hearting it. It's really cool. Let's get to the topic of the show, which is the community live stream, which was hosted on November 14th last week. By the way, this is releasing on Wednesday, November 26th, which is the day before Thanksgiving in the United States. So if you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Be safe when you're traveling, and we'll see you in the fog next week.
Beware of wild turkeys.
Yes, wild
They're
turkeys.
everywhere, trust me.
Yeah, like I woke up yesterday and there was a turkey outside my window, and he was like, "Give me the middle finger." I don't even know how he did it, but he did it. It was really fucked up.
Turn that bird
You
into
should
dinner.
Rude little turkey.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I know.
There you go.
Messed up.
Send him to the farm.
Sends the farm. Yeah. He is getting
Happy
fried
farm?
and turned into a 4-star
Yeah.
meal. Watch
The
his back.
happy farm, air quotes.
Oh, no.
Just let the entity take him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're saying
We'll
to
have
the
a
fog.
turkey.
Yeah.
We'll have a turkey
we're not
in
saying to the
DVD.
farm, to the
Could you
fog.
imagine?
Would not be the
though?
first animal. Would not be. Well, I mean, we have a cat and a tanuki
Yeah.
and a dog.
There is like a not Halloween-esque. There's like a horror-themed Thanksgiving movie. I think it's called like, what's it called?
Thanksgiving. It's called Thanksgiving.
Is it
Eli-
just called Thanksgiving?
By Eli Roth. Yes, it came out a couple years ago, and it is a oof. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. Killer turkey, by the way. The killer in that movie is a turkey.
Oh, no, man. I think you're thinking of a different movie.
Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of Fink's Poultry? There is a movie where there is a killer turkey. That's what
I know what you're talking about. I've not seen that. one.
Okay.
I was talking about Thanksgiving. Anyway, let's get back on track. So the next chapter reveal. So we'll go through the community live stream, kind of some of the stuff they revealed there, and then we'll get into the patch notes that came out today as of we're recording this. So the next chapter reveal, according to Eric Pope, community manager, quote, you shouldn't have to wait too much longer to figure out what it is. So I'm expecting it to within the next couple weeks. We talked about this last week on our episode. We kind of speculated what it could be. Stranger Things is kind of looking like it might be it with the store update from last week. I was going
to comment on that. People are already like, it's over. It's not Stranger Things Part 2. It's going to be Resident Evil 3 or something. I'm like, wow.
That's the community. It's flip-flop. New info, and it's like a teaser for something, and it's not related. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it being Resident Evil.
Sorry.
Yeah, Cypher, Bunny, do you all have expectations or wants for this next chapter? What are you all thinking it is or want it to be?
Honestly, for me, anything Resident Evil, like all the way, I am a diehard Resident Evil fan, and it's not it has nothing to do with the fact that I speedran 5. It's just I love all things Resident Evil.
Oh yeah,
my main in the game is Sheva Alomar, which is a Jill skin.
Mm-hmm.
I love anything Resident Evil.
You don't see her often.
Yes,
you don't see her often.
Shiva, Chris. Honestly, I love that about RE5. Just them shouting at each other because co-op.
Yeah, just spam the button, make the call command
press
repeatedly.
A to smash rock. It's just that simple.
There you go.
Which I'm so sad there's no banner about that for Chris punching a rock. I feel like that's
they 100% need to do it. Well, I wish that the game would do we got Christmas sweaters for the Resident Evil skins, but I wish they would give me more cosmetics to add on because if you play Resident Evil 5, there's multiple cosmetic options for Chris and Sheva, so give me those.
Honestly, I feel like we're at the point where we can have skins for legendary skins themselves. I feel like that'd be fine.
They should do that 100%.
Exactly. And they'd get more money.
Oh yeah,
precisely.
Yes.
Bunny,
Cypher, I do have a quick question for you.
Oh, sure.
Seeing how you're a Resident Evil fan, what would you want the killer and or survivors, in brackets, to be if it was RE free?
Honestly, killer-wise, I don't 100% have a set killer that I would want. Survivor-wise, Jake and Sherry from their campaign in Resident Evil 6, I would like their variants. I think that would be fun.
Really?
Oh, deep pick. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I've not heard of that.
I know RE6 is kind of controversial in the RE community given to its kind of crazy plot. But there are some solid characters.
5 and 6 are two controversial games in the Resident Evil lineup, which I hate because those are my personal favorites.
It's amazing.
No, I totally get
I've
that
never
though.
played them.
Every game is someone's favorite. My favorite is 8, even though I've never played it. I just love the vibe. And I know I'm a big fan for never having played a single Resident Evil game.
That's okay.
I just watched the movie.
You still know
this is it.
Fair.
Bunny, did you have any expectations or wants for this chapter?
I heard rumors about Jason coming to the game, so I could see that as potentially happening, especially with the shutdown of Jason's game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of rumors floating around that they might be adding him because since the game is no longer out, there's no need for worry about a lawsuit. But I don't really know.
Yeah. He's also showing up in other places, he was in Multiverses, and he's in Call of Duty and Fortnite now. Yeah.
And I think the timeline works well, because if he showed up in Call of Duty a year and a half ago, maybe that's enough time to turn around a killer.
I was he just got added to Fortnite this year for Fortnite Mares.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, they finally fixed
their Fortnite Mare
too.
skins. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I will say Fortnite Mares cosmetics were great overall.
I will say though, if it is January that we're getting Friday the 13th, I will be a little bummed we're getting no Camp Crystal Lake map. Just a little.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah, I think, and that might be a whole licensing issue because they're currently splintered where the first movie is owned by a certain individual and
the original creator. I believe,
everything else is owned by the studio and the executives or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. It would be a bummer. That would be a huge bummer.
I mean, at least we're getting Jason and maybe Jarvis. His name's not Jarvis. Oh my god,
Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis. You're right. Yep. His last name.
Power fan.
Tommy Jarvis and maybe someone from 3 or 4 who's like a continuation.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tommy Jarvis isn't introduced until like 5, I think, 5 or
He's
6.
late into the series, yeah.
Yeah, he's late, but he's like the only survivor to have like killed him multiple times. So
yeah, he's just built different like that.
yeah, well. So we'll get into that eventually, hopefully within the next couple weeks before we take our holiday break, which we'll share that at a later date with you. We also have some info on the Bone Chill event. That's going to start December 9th. They're going to share a calendar showing your login rewards at the beginning of December 1st. So we'll see those.
Yeah.
So excited.
But they're going to reveal more events or more details about the events for that later. We have some quick community cosmetic winter roadmap updates. I'm going to run through these very quickly. If you want to see the full roadmap, go check it out on the live stream. You can check it on their on Behavior's socials or their YouTube channel. Essentially, these are things they're going to have to change or not change, and when they're going to coming. When they're coming, I'm not going to tell you when they're coming. You can go look at the roadmap. But the things that cosmetics that don't expect changes is the Lingering Rancher, Weathered Trek, Star Student, and the Slayer.
Ooh.
By the way, we had the Slayer. We had Tina on, the artist
Shout
of
out
that.
Tina
Go check
Beans.
that interview. Yes,
Yes,
wonderful.
I got that interview.
guest have
You know, it's
to
amazing
have.
person to talk with. You guys should.
They are going to have to change some stuff with Runaway Ready for Jane. Lower her high heels. There's some ruffles in her skirt that maybe need to be altered so that they're a little more floaty. And the choker and the belt may need to be changed slightly to allow mix matched. Otherwise, the piece will be linked. And so they're trying to avoid linking. So because a lot of us don't enjoy linked, which is totally fair. It's kind of better to mix and match. The Wraith, Periwinkle, the Jester for the Wraith, they're adding bloodstains to. I thought this was a funny change. They're going to add more bloodstains to his cosmetic, and they're going to change the collar and headgear to avoid clipping. I think right now they're pretty long and large, so they're going to have to avoid that, and to also allow mix and match for that as well. Splinter Rose for the Night, amazing cosmetic. The hair will need to be altered to prevent clipping, or they're kind of leaning to a link for this. I'm in agreement. This whole piece is beautiful together, and I think it should be linked just because I think you should preserve it that way.
Yeah, we got those beautiful locks.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. Diner Girl for the Legion. Since there is no hood, this will be a linked piece, which is a weird decision, but that's totally understandable.
Makes sense.
They're
Too
looking
many
to
of
make
their
it
outfits are hoodie based, and like that's kind of their whole silhouette is like a hooded, masked figure. So if you kind of scrap that, you need to keep the whole thing together.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that. Yeah. They're also announced. So that's all the cosmetics there. Whatever we didn't hear, they're still working out with their legal team, so we might hear more about alterations then. 2024 cosmetic winners. They're going to be adding some from last year because they want to fill out some of their Rift passes, free Rift passes going forward. And so the ones they're going to be adding there are Space Rider for Gabriel Soma and A House Is Not a Home for Dredge. And then cosmetic winners will have a badge to use in game that will have essentially a trophy with like some artistry tools inside, and then the year that they won that submission on the trophy. So that will be an in-game reward
like
for them.
exclusive badges.
Yeah, you get the flex. Like, I designed a cosmetic and it's in the game. I'm just built different.
That is a pretty cool flex.
Exactly.
It'll be a good way to tell if someone's cheating too, if they've just hit the unlock everything button and then they equip the community cosmetic winner thing and they're just some schmuck who didn't do anything.
Yeah, it'd be so unfortunate. Because that is a thing. That is a thing, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm well aware it's a thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of cheaters will use exclusive stuff or unreleased things that are still in the game.
Right. I do want to make a little comment here that I'm not in love with this. I'm glad more community cosmetic winners are getting into the game. I'm not in love. The reason they're doing it is because they need to fill out their free Rift Pass. As we all know, the current Rift Pass that is out now, that is until the end of the year, the free Rift side is pretty lackluster. I think it's all community stuff. And the rest is BP. I'm not, so it sounds like the next few Rifts free wise aren't going to be that filled with stuff. I don't know. I'd like to be proven wrong, but I'm just not in love with the reason they gave for this.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm all for more community cosmetic winners bringing bot into the fog. But I didn't know if anyone else had a thought on that.
I just like the fact that like they are now giving more skins to people on the free side because like not everybody purchases the Rift Pass, so like them having community winners skins like being that other players have designed skins. Like I'm glad like people are now being able to like get some of those skins without having to pay for them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just want to quickly add because like when you buy the game for like $15 if you're lucky, you have to like get all the chapters or characters you want, which can range anywhere from like $1 to $5, which doesn't seem much, but when it's like, oh, this character has a really good perk, but it starts to add up, and soon enough you're like $60 total spent, and you're like, I want to get cosmetics, but I can't spend more money because I already spent $60 on this game.
So that is a very good like feel point for that because like I have way too much money spent on that game.
Yeah, it's
both Cypher and I own everything except for like excluding cosmetics, but we own all the survivors, all the killers.
Ooh, yes. I have all the killers, all the survivors too, and too many cosmetics.
By the way, for listeners, if you do not own every character, there is currently a Black Friday sale, and I think all or almost all of the Dead by Daylight chapters are on sale. So check that out, and maybe you can get a good deal there.
Thank you for telling me, because I only ever buy DLCs when they're on sale for like half off.
Yeah, I think it's going on now. So I think until Black Friday or Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Finally,
get your Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things is there on sale. A couple more things from the community, from the community stream. Region expansion. They're taking steps to expand to new territories for the community cosmetic contest. Currently, they're kind of restricted to certain places, but they're working with their lawyers to expand to new regions in coming years. And then the Singularity community cosmetic that released this year, but was from last year. In this update today, they put in the emoticons on his screen, his TV face. So that's really cool to see. And apparently, it will change throughout games.
I'm so
Apparently,
happy.
he like defaults to like a sad face, and then sometimes if he gets it down, he'll do like a angry, happy face.
Yes,
I love
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Finally,
It's so good. It's a good skin. It's a good skin.
it's so good.
Cool. Well, that is everything. That is everything non-update or patch note balancing wise for the community community stream from Friday. We'll get into the Grimoire later, but we want to get into 9.3 update now, which came with a little surprise today. We'll start out with some good stuff. Rick and Michonne got 2 new cosmetics. Rick is in his OG Sheriff cosmetic from season 1, and Michonne is in her this is from a later season where she becomes a constable for what's the place called, for the town that they stay at. I don't remember the place anyway, but she's like dressed up as a sheriff too. They both look really, really good.
Yes, the power couple stays thriving in their deputy outfits, and we love them.
Oh yeah. And so we also want to share that this also from the stream, but this has not come through updates. Anti-tunneling and slugging mechanics did not come through the updates. Those were scrapped. They heard enough feedback to hear that they were not going to implement those. I'm going to jump to Cypher. Bunny, what do you all think on kind of this move with them not going through with these changes? What's your stance there? I'll jump to you, Cypher, first.
I personally wish that they would send them. I'm not gonna lie, because as someone who plays both killer and survivor, don't get me wrong, I am a survivor main, but like I did start this game as a killer main, and even bouncing back and forth between the two, I feel they're like, while yes, camping a hook can be considered a strat by some, and slugging players can be considered a strat. I personally do just fine, like trying to get 4Ks without doing either of those. So, like, I'm kind of sad that, like, it's not pushed through yet, but the updates, like, that they're trying to do to, like, balance it out, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Bunny?
I'm kind of in the same spot, because, like, with them putting those implicated kind of forces the killer to learn the game more. Like, that sounds awful the way I'm putting it, but, like, in certain games, you need to learn the strategies and how to play in a way that you know you're gonna win and still make the enemy team cry. And slugging everyone at 4 gens isn't really the answer. That's just my opinion. I'm also a killer and survivor's flippy floppy. Though I do play a lot of friendly killer, I'm like the weirdo you'll find in the match that'll just peek around the corner and then slowly sink behind. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, totally get that.
Bunny's
so
been
real for
playing
that.
more aggressive killers lately, purely because I have been motivating him to play those killers.
Yeah. He likes to play 2v8 with me, and then he likes to win, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna win.
We're gonna win. That's amazing. Stevie, Madison, what do y'all think?
It's entirely like I'm in the same boat. I think that these changes should have been pushed in some form, and I think that the most recent one that they showed was fine. As a mostly killer player, I don't think that would have impacted me much. So I'm kind of like oh fuck you, got mine. This would help me as a solo survivor, and this wouldn't impact my get everyone to one hook and then try to get 8 hooks before I kill anybody and then try to kill people. Is my normal play style. It's not like I'm trying to give you a chance because I think I'm the best, but like I want to play with everyone. I want to see how everyone plays. I want to see, you at your strongest. I don't want you to have to be stuck in a 3v1. I don't want to have to put everyone on the floor. And I hate when that happens to me. But similar thing, I agree with you entirely, Bunny. Learn to play the fucking game. Don't just sit in front of a hook. Don't just put everyone on the floor because you're Kaneki or Hillbilly. I mean, unless you're Dwight Jackson, then you're allowed to put everyone on the floor and win that way. I think... That's if anyone doesn't know, he's a hillbilly main who just doesn't hook. That's it. He just tries to win the game by not hooking.
Oh, I've seen.
And if that's like your MO, stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
But learn to play the fucking game. Don't just kind of go after the guy who got unhooked because whatever. If they're running in your face trying to body block, hit them. Give them mending. They're going to be stuck for 7 seconds. Count that into as a win. But slugging, and then I wish survivors had a counter to 3 people being on the floor. I wish that fourth person didn't have to just hide until Hatch shows up. Yeah. I wish there was a way around that.
I have another thing to add on with that as well. When like teaching Bunny like the I guess you can say mean killer strats. The way that I've always told Bunny is when you play killer, think in the mindset of a survivor. How are you going to loop against this killer? What like courses are you going to run circles around? Where are you going to run to? Because knowing killer side, yes, it's good. But when you also play both survivor and killer side, you get to learn the game on both sides. And to be good at one is literally be good at both of them.
That's actually how a group of strangers got me to play Survivor, because when I originally had the game, I was only playing killer up until like probably 3-4 years ago, and I wouldn't swap off to Survivor because I was so scared I didn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just kind of remember like, oh, I saw somebody do this against me. Let me try it. And it works until it doesn't, until the killer learns. And then you're like, okay, now I need to learn something else.
Yeah, one thing I can reference back to me and Bunny specifically is I was at Bunny's house watching Bunny play Huntress and learn Huntress, and like Bunny was being looped around a certain spot, and I told Bunny at a point during the loop, I looked as you need to pull up Hatchet and aim for the pallet. I looked just because they're going to leave that loop in a minute and they're going to dash to pallet. The next time they went around the loop, they did exactly that. Bunny threw Hatchet, downed him, and I just looked at Bunny. I looked as the only reason that I figured that's what they were going to do is because it's a thing that I would do as Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to like kind of add to this conversation, I think like something really important to note, like to mention specifically, is that there's kind of like a funnel right now in Dead by Daylight with so many killers being released, where if you don't have a power that either A, grants you a lot of map traversity and allows you to down people with that power, or B, you have a way to down a lot of survivors very quickly, but maybe have like a little bit of movement, then you're going down into like the B bottom, like everything below B tier, in my opinion. And for the B below tier, it feels like you kind of have to like camp or tunnel, because for those killers, you don't have the same amount of pressure and I guess ease to kind of relax and focus more on generators or other things. Whereas these killers, you always need to be doing something. Like, for example, let's take a look at Skull Merchant. Not very good right now. Very much sucks. She has to do so many more things compared to someone like Kaneki, who came out somewhat recently, where not only does he have insane map traversal, he also has a very consistent way to down people. He's basically Legion on crack cocaine. Crazy, I know. But that's kind of the problem with camping and tunneling. It's like, in a vacuum, camping, tunneling, slugging is all bad. But when you look at each specific case, it's like, okay, this nurse with 5,000 hours, she's just being a dick. And then the next game, we see not hillbilly, like, what's a pretty bad killer? Like, we see a Michael Myers who's got like one hook the entire game, there's one gen left. There's a survivor who just got unhooked. It's his only hook. He has to go for them, or he doesn't get a kill and loses the game so much he might even lose blood points, which doesn't actually happen, but like it feels like you're losing blood points.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like there's so much kind of like variety between games because so many people play different killers, and some killers just have to do a lot more and do a lot more scummier things to get the same results as like the Chad hillbilly who only has to do one down, and they're like, yeah, I did that in 5 seconds. I'm chill.
See, I feel that because the 3 killers that I cycle between is Wesker, Pinhead, and then Onryo. And all 3 of those killers, one, Wesker has insane map mobility. You can dash across the map. You can also use his power to be able to down people, infect them. Whereas Pinhead, he has like the chains. He doesn't necessarily have the mobility. He just has the chain side of it. Where Onryo, you can teleport between TVs. And like each killer has their strength and weakness. The thing that I like about all 3 of those killers is you don't necessarily need to use your power to be able to get a hit with them because their mobility is good. Whereas, like, if you play Nurse, you kind of have to dash because, like, you're not going to catch up to a survivor and chase. You do have to use your blinks to be able to get up to them.
Or you could be me and just get looped crazy until you cry to Cypher to come over and down them for you.
That was us in our recent 2v8 game.
Yeah, I think I'm in the minority here in terms of I'm happy they didn't go through these. And the reason is because I don't think the root of the issue here is not the tunneling and the slugging. It is the lack of onboarding for new players and the MMR system. I think those are the 2 core reasons as to why you're seeing so much, or some people are seeing so much tunneling and slugging in their games. And at a high MMR, I mean, it is statistically more likely you're going to do better if you're going to tunnel, just because that's a winning strategy. Like that's what people do in high MMR. And so if you're put into a high MMR lobby and you just got the game, like you're going to get crushed and you're going to feel defeated. But I know that learning curve is just so steep and it's really difficult. And the onboarding process for DBD is lackluster. And if they described what these tactics are and told people what is looping, these are all things the community have come up with. What is looping? How to greet a pallet? How not to respect a pallet? Like all of these things. Like I feel like we need like a glossary for all these things in game. But you shouldn't have to go to YouTube to look up a 2-hour deep dive video into beginners of how to learn how to loop correctly. And then you have on top of this all these killers, 40 plus killers that have these different nuances on how to counter them at different loops or all these powers. Like it's a tall task at this point, but it should have been there from the beginning. And so I'm really, I'm happy these did not go through because it just seems like based on their feedback that they've gotten, a majority of the community did not want them. And I feel like if they had gone it through them, the community would be in a worse position as in terms of people falling off more so than they already are. But they did say they're going to be looking at the MMR system. We know an MMR overhaul is coming next year that they've delayed, but they are going to be looking at some short-term things that they can tweak. But man, it needs to overhaul big time. And they really need to improve that onboarding process because new players are struggling and a lot of new players may even also tunnel or slug. I mean, I've seen people say, "Oh, I thought hitting people on hook made them die faster." That's a thing too. I've heard that float around before. Like, just because the training is just so bad to onboard new players. So I think those 2 core problems are the reason these changes should not have gone through because those things need to be addressed. And this is just like a Band-Aid. Like I don't think, and a lot of the things like the advantages that they gave killers like the bloodlust just don't do anything for a lot of the killers, especially if you're losing it when you get in chase. Like if I'm a trapper and I hook someone, a fresh new killer, and I'm going to get into find another chase, yes, I find someone faster, but it does nothing for me when I'm in that chase. So and then with higher tier killers like Blight or Nurse or Ghoul, you're not going to get any value. You're just getting more BP. But I think a higher BP incentive would help. Like if they did increase score events, which we'll get into later, those did go through, and that was part of the anti-tunneling. But I just I think more BP, and I think maybe even a reputation system might do well, or maybe even adding a little more incentive and adding Eerie shards. It's like, oh, okay, you've earned this much reputation. Here's a few Eerie shards your way, or whatever. So I just feel like they need more incentives, but also they need to address those two root causes. And so that's kind of where I'm standing as of now. Super happy the anti-camp went through. I'm actually so shocked the anti-slugging did not go through, but I'm just kind of bummed they've spent all this time. This is the health update. Just to remind everyone, this is the health update for the health update that we've gotten. And so it just sucks that they've spent all this time on it and it's not going through. And so why they delay the chapter? Like,
It just feels bad.
Yeah, and I know we have more bug fixes in this one, which is great. They said they doubled it from what it was going to be, which is good, but I'm just kind of bummed that they've spent all this time and it's just time wasted. I don't know.
And we still got bugs somehow. We got more bugs. I would say we even got some new bugs somehow. Like
new bugs.
Mr. Swamp
I feel
Palette.
like it wouldn't be Dead by Daylight without the bugs, though.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So true.
Yeah, you're totally right.
It's charmed.
That's spaghetti code, it goes long ways. It goes long ways.
Yep.
There's a bug currently in the game, and I love this bug dearly, and it is a bug that I just apparently learned about, and it's been in the game for the longest while. Bryson here had got to witness me and Bunny discover it while we were streaming.
Yeah.
It is one of the favorite things I clipped was Bunny was standing on Larry's, specifically the upstairs of the main room, and all you could hear is a zombie from Nemesis just freaking out below the hole. And I told Bunny, I looked as don't drop down there because that is just a death sentence for you. I looked as he's a little mad at you, and like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the zombie just teleports up. We're waxing down Bunny and me. Like we weren't even mad about it. We were laughing. It was amazing.
Yeah,
neither of us had known that was a thing that was in the game.
Right,
so like finding out that way was just funny.
Yeah, it's happened on it can happen on RPD, Meat Plant, all those places. I've seen clips. It's never happened to me, but I've seen clips. Yeah,
The reason I thought about that is because like I seen a clip of it today, and I can see like where the bug would be an annoying bug to go against. And like the clip that I seen was somebody was looping on Backwater Swamp on specifically the main spot, and there was a zombie in the lower section, and a guy went to go loop the killer past the hole, and the zombie popped up and hit him. So like I can see the annoying side of it, but personally, my experience from it, I just thought it was really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Super goofy, yeah. I also missed the bug where the tambourine bug, or where it kept getting bigger and bigger.
Vecna, right?
Hilarious! It was so good.
Vecna's hand, for some reason, just made its way to the tambourine. It just grew so big, and it was like, okay.
My favorite bug that they keep patching is, I mean, it's always been in the game, but like the camera clips in a killer's butt when you start the game.
Oh yeah,
it's still on Houndmaster. Every single time they say they fix it. I played today, one game, and it was there.
Her butt's too strong. We gotta nerf her butt.
The magnetism and gravity of her ass.
See, I have a clip somewhere of that was when Wesker and Legion and Nemesis were all in 2v8 for the first time together. And me and Bunny are playing together, and I Wesker dash at somebody to go pick him up, and for whatever reason, this bug prompted the pickup to, instead of, just picking the person up and going to put him on your shoulder, it kind of turned the survivor around and had him bent over ass first at Wesker, and I was just like, oh!
And then they slide away in the air.
Yeah.
Like, Wesker, no, don't tentacle me, no!
Let's get to the things that did come to this update and not the things that didn't. The anti-camp improvements, I'll run through this and we'll kind of get everyone's thoughts if you all have any. The resolve bar for anti-camp is visible to other survivors on the HUD, so we're buffing solo queue survivors, which is awesome. That's always a plus. Another reason I think the anti-tunneling and slugging didn't go through, because solo queue is just, it's a rough time. If you're playing solo queue, first of all, I commend you. But also, secondly,
thank you.
Go find folks to play with. But I totally get it. Like,
all my friends hate this game.
Rough. Oh, I'm so sorry. I would play with you more. I just know our schedules don't always line up well.
Yeah, I play at like midnight.
Yeah, that's way too late for me. The meter now fills based on how long the killer stays near the hook, so it'll feel faster. So 0 to 10 seconds, it's 1x speed. 10 to 20 seconds is 2x. And if they're there for more than 20 seconds, it increases by 4 times. They decrease the base fill rate for the meter by roughly 50% to compensate. And then hooking survivor now grants a 7-second grace period to all hook survivors, when prior it was to the last hooked. I think these are all solid changes. I think this is a much needed refined attunement. Anyone here have any strong thoughts on this?
I want to say strong. I'm happy with that change.
Mhm.
Purely like based on like how fast it feels over time with the killers lurking near you, because like
Same.
it being the same rate, no matter how long the killer's been by you,
Yeah.
kind of useless, because like you can go from being first hooked and being camped at it to getting second hooked before it gives you a chance to unhook yourself.
Exactly. Well put. Very well put.
I don't
Anyone
think
else have
that they
thoughts?
should have done the 50% base decrease.
Yeah,
I think
that
it
was
was fine
interesting.
how it was. I think if
Mhm.
you just added the speed up, that's okay. I know there was kind of like a fear that like, well, I don't proxy camp, but I know I kind of float around the range. But it's like, you know, if you're still floating around the range, you're still chasing people off and hopefully getting a chase. But I wish it was faster still.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the base rate being decreased is a questionable choice.
was a
I guess we'll see
choice.
how it plays out with the update to it, if they add it back eventually.
Mhm.
Never know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe in the January chapter they'll increase it a little bit, just like a little bit, like maybe like 20% or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a 25% reduction would have been better than a 50, but they did say
Yeah.
roughly, so I don't think it's fully 50, but
Yeah.
still, nonetheless. Unhooked survivors got a change. They now get a 10% haste endurance for 15 seconds rather than 10 seconds. They kind of added this in the community stream after they said anti-tunneling update was not going through. I think this is maybe to even further decentivize tunneling. I don't think this will happen, but tunneling will still happen, but they just got to wait longer. So you're kind of wasting 5 extra seconds of the killer's time. Any thoughts here on this change?
I like that change.
Pretty solid. I like this.
Mhm.
Very good.
They did say they were going to monitor it, so this may be tweaked in the future as
Yeah.
well.
I am a little surprised though they didn't bring elusive with this patch, because I feel like the general consensus was elusive was good. It was just concerning that people could use it in chase, but like with 15 seconds and elusive, I feel like that would be fine. I don't know. Is that weird? I feel like
No,
elusive for 15 seconds would be fine.
Yeah, I think 15 because 30 seconds was far too much. I think we could have all agreed on that
Yeah.
with those anti-tunneling changes, but like I really liked elusive as a stasis or a status effect. I bet we see elusive in future perks since it was not
Yeah.
implemented here. But yeah, I liked elusive a lot.
Ooh.
We also have changes to AFK crows. They saw that this was not proctoring as often as they would like, so they decreased the time to appear to 80, 100, and 120 seconds. This was 120, 140, and 190 prior to this, so they really cut these back a lot, which is probably a good thing, because I know there for a while I would get, and they've been tweaking the AFK crow system for a while, so that's kind of nice that they're kind of refining it.
Yeah. Make it comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Some killer updates: the shape, slaughtering strike, camera controls exactly like regular camera controls.
Yeah.
And y'all, does anyone have any thoughts on the shape as
Who's
of right
played
now?
Michael here after the change? Not me.
I have, unfortunately, because I like Michael Myers.
I have
Still
not.
stand. Don't like Michael Myers as his current state. Go ahead, Cypher. Sorry.
I have not. Wonderful fun fact about me. I despise Michael Myers as a killer. I'm not gonna lie. I wish he was removed from the game.
Oh my god.
I've watched DC.
Yeah,
Wow.
Bunny has watched
Ooh.
me DC upon finding out who our killer was.
Okay.
Interesting.
Every
Is it
single
the stealth
time
that you don't
I'll
like?
be saying no.
No, because like even with his like new update, like I don't know what it is necessarily like about him. I just can't stand it. I am glad that he got changed, because there was a very heavy part that made me like not like him, and that was the Tombstone Myers.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like load it into a match, and within the first minute of the game, everyone be dead by Amori.
Mm-hmm.
Despised that.
I still feel so bad for the one Michael Myers I upset, because like he said GG's to me and I said I only played the game for 3 minutes, and then he apologized to me, and I think I made him uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was the problem with Tombstone. That was the problem with Tombstone. I think Tombstone, if they had readjusted that and just kept him the way he was, or maybe even gave him some of the things like buffed. So, like I've not played him in a while, CV, but it's unfortunate.
Is right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've also heard in certain discussions people go against him a lot now, and they don't like facing him because the counterplay is kind of rough.
Mhm.
I've not played against Michael in a while, so I can't speak to that. But yeah, I
All
don't
I'm
like
gonna
him.
all I'm gonna say is that Michael, I went against him I'd say every like 10 games before the update, and after the update, I think I've seen him once. So
Mm,
I don't know if that's an MMR thing, or if that's just a he
yeah,
looped.
popularity thing. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly better than what he was. I just don't like the way he plays. That's where I'm at on that. So, let's get to a killer that we maybe we all love. I don't know. The Skull Merchant. Do we all love the Skull Merchant? I'm mostly
Sheet
joking.
thick.
Yeah,
thick
she
as
thick. Yeah.
hell.
She did
Oh
so
yeah,
well.
and
You right,
behaviors
boy.
knows that because they're letting that house out on some of these cosmetics.
Like I
So let
bought
me go
cosmetics
through.
and I don't even play her.
let me go through some of these changes and we'll kind of discuss Skull Merchant because there's a discussion here to be had. So they gave her a bit of a buff, increased the drone rotation speed, and hindered the status effect to survivors, decreased the deploy drone cooldown and undetectable duration after deploying a drone. They removed the fast vault immunity for survivors. Survivors gain a lock on for every 2.5 seconds they spend under her drones. Decrease the killer detection range for drones, so they're a little more useful for Skull Merchant. And then this is essentially, they said they were going to monitor this, but this is essentially replacing her rework for now. If you're expecting a rework anytime soon, I'm sorry to say, based on their wording, I don't think you're going to see a rework for Skull Merchant for several years. At the rate
Years. Oh, okay.
yeah, at the rate at which they work on killers and rework them, I just don't. I think this is another band-aid they're putting on her to increase her kill rate a little bit, and they're going to leave her. I don't expect any changes in the next few years. But Maddie, I'll jump to you first. What are your thoughts on Skull Merchant?
Okay, honestly, I feel really bad for Skull Merchant because when she first got revealed, everyone was like, "Oh, we want Cyborg, we wanted Alien Hunter, Predator," and I was like, "Hey, she'll be kind of cool." Her lore came out, and I was like, "Okay, that's kind of a hodgepodge of a lot of things. Not great, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe she'll be fun." And then people were like, "Okay, she's kind of fun," and then people realized, "Wait, she's a free gen master." Fuck.
Yeah,
Ever
chess
since then, they've
merchant.
been kind of like shooting her in the head, burying her. She keeps clawing her way out of the grave, and they're like, "Get back in there, get that back in there." And like, I don't know. I still hate her, but I can't help but feel a little bit bad. It's like a villain in like a show that you really like, and you're like, "Oh, I hate that guy," but they keep suffering like the worst fates imaginable, and you have to like you have this thought in the back of your head being like, "Okay, that's a little much even for them." And it's like, I don't know. I feel bad. Especially since, like, I don't want to be mean. I know there's a killer for everyone, but, like, her playstyle's kind of dookie. It's not fun. It's just, like,
Yeah.
place a drone, try and be sneaky, try and corral survivors to it, maybe do some flipping, and then they'll just crowd through it, because, yeah. And you do that ad forever, and it's just annoying. I don't know.
Yeah, she fits into the stereotype, which we have a few of these killers where they drop something in a loop, and the survivor's counterplay is to leave the loop. Like that
exactly.
that
It's
is
just boring.
that is Dredge, that is Artist, that is
Well, Dredge is
Knight.
different.
Dredge is a little different. No, he can TP and he has mobility,
Yeah.
but like,
I'm
and he
just
has
coping
some
because
other
I like
things in his
Dredge.
kit. But that is part of his kit in a way. So
Yeah.
But Stevie, what are your thoughts on this Skull Merchant buff or Band-Aid?
They buffed her. Now I want to play her just to see what all the hype was about. But like, if I want to throw ass at a loop, I'll just play Hunter or Houndmaster. I'm not gonna play
There you
Skull
go.
Merchant.
Mm-hmm.
But like, maybe I try her once or twice to see what it was all about. But I fear that's the same thing. It's just drop a drone. Either they're running from the loop right now and I have to catch them, or they run into my drone out of nowhere, and then I get a free injure. I'll just play Trapper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is crazy
Cypher.
to say from a killer.
I would just play Trapper, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hello. She came out like what, 2022, and he came out like 2016, 2014.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Rough.
It's tough. It's
Cypher,
rough.
your thoughts?
Yeah.
I was when Skull Merchant released, I played Skull Merchant quite a bit. I didn't mind it. Don't get me wrong. I thought the drones were absolutely useless, so I never used them.
Yeah,
So,
she's just lady with wrist blade.
Yeah, she was a pretty overpowered killer when they first released her because, like you said, if you get in a 3-gen with her, you're just done. There's
Oh my
nothing you're
God,
doing against
awful.
it. Holding gens is one of her strong suits, and I will give her that. So, like, when they nerfed her, and then, like, now they're, like, trying to build her to, like, a good level because they overly nerfed her, I feel they're doing better, but like you said, with the drones, like, if she places a drone on you in a loop, just leave the loop.
Yeah, that's the counterplay.
She has, like, nothing that can, like, hard lock you, whereas, like, with Houndmaster, like, just send the dog after him, or, like, Huntress, if you're in a loop, throw a hatchet. She kind of doesn't, like, have anything that, like, helps her in loops. So, it's just, like...
She'll get a little bit of haste and that undetectable, so if you've got long, tall walls, you might have a trouble detecting her, but still, she doesn't have great. Bunny, any thoughts on Skull Merchant?
I used to play her a lot when she first came out too. I really liked the drones because when she first came out, like, survivors weren't really keen on what the drones did. So it was really easy to track them down for me because I like the aura perks. So I know where people are because I suck at finding people. So the drones really helped because it would give me a little bleep on the little gadget.
Yeah, Skull Merchant is in a place. We'll see if she leaves there, but I don't expect her to leave where she's currently at anytime soon.
I'm just amazed because they gave so many cool rework ideas, like having a little buddy drone and like every couple like every minute do like a radar thing. That sounded cool. And they're like, actually no, we're gonna make her worse hag. We're gonna make her worse hag, and it's like, how?
Yeah, they probably learned that the rework people wanted was going to be too many resources and too much time, so they was like, okay, let's put a band-aid on her, and so that's probably been pushed down. That's a can that's been kicked down the road. Really, really unfortunate because that killer, for you Skull Merchant mains, I feel for you. That killer needs a rework. Like, hoo-wee, that is a rough power. She's just another survivor at this point, I think. But
if they would have done the buddy drone, I think it would have been nice. Like, add that in. Like, don't do everything that people are saying, but like, if they gave her the buddy drone, I think it would have been like pretty decently fine at that point. It seems that they're not really doing much. Like, when you mentioned killers earlier, it seems they're not really doing much killer side. Like, if there's killers that are really lacking, they don't do like anything to help them. Because obviously survivors aren't going to complain about them being too overpowered. Because if they go against them, this is an easy win.
Yeah, and they're putting resources into like reworking Trickster. Like, we know that's coming. So, and then we're looking alongside those. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think he's just kind of a boring player, a killer to play against and as. But
My
like,
feelings are hurt.
Trickster main.
I'm so sorry. He's Huntress with more steps, you know? But he's got style. Some of his cosmetics are amazing. I liked his Halloween cosmetic. But like, I'm not personally, I don't like playing as him. And I like some of his add-ons should be base kit, like the Ricochet one that should be base kit. Like, I just don't know why some of those are things. So I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Yeah, but like coming from a Trickster main with the Ricochet blades, I feel like it's more of a crutch to the player than it is actually gonna help. Just because I used to use Ricochet blades in the beginning because I could never hit a hit, and now you can't come anywhere near me without getting hit with at least one. So like, I feel like it's good as an add-on. Like, not to argue, but like, if they were to add it to the base kit, I feel like I'd play him less.
Okay,
that's fair.
Okay.
It would kind of just be you enter a chase and then there's a timer before they go down, so long as you're just holding out your blades.
Yeah.
For someone who also plays Trickster Prime Time, he is probably my most played killer outside of my mains.
Oh wow!
I personally don't like Ricochet, and it's an add-on that I never use. I like having to like aim track them kind of if you're gonna do like a lot of throwing repeatedly, or if you do the main show event. But like with Ricochet, I hate having to rely on like, if I hit this wall, will it hit the survivor where it is. Don't get me wrong, it can be cool. I just personally never use it.
I'm gonna argue with you now, Cypher. I love using Ricochet blades for trick shots because like a survivor will be standing around like a side, and if you hit that blade just right, you're hitting them.
Oh,
and, like,
I'm
it's
well
funny to
aware
watch
you
them
like
panic
to.
and bolt.
I am well aware you like to do that, and it's purely because, one, I've played against you on a custom game with it, and
I love you.
but two, I've also watched you play killer games and using the ricochet shots, which is, like, obviously, if you can do trick shots like that, by all means, go for it. As someone who does not, like, try to do it because I suck at doing it.
Yeah, no, it's good to know because I don't play Trickster enough to really provide that kind of feedback. So behavior, listen to these folks, not me, because I am not a Trickster enjoyer.
You're right. These dudes know what's up.
Yep. Let's get into survivor perk updates. There's a couple here. Conviction, it now requires you to heal another survivor rather than yourself. So you can't do a med kit on yourself to activate it. You need to heal someone else. Totally fair change. This was to prevent it from always working on plot twist. Yes, that's what I thought. So, and the tenacity, they've added old tenacity back. My beloved, I can do something with my slug build, or my plot twist build, I should say. So they added the ability to recover and crawl at the same time, and they increased the haste status effect when you pick yourself up, which is cool. Super glad to see that come back, because I was so upset that they didn't revert that in the PTB from last time, or a few PTBs ago. So
yeah,
very excited for that.
Yippee!
I hope you enjoyed my highlighting of the recover and crawl just then, because that was me. I love that got added back. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Because when they removed the ability to crawl and then recover at the same time, like, you broke tenacity for me. I stopped using it at that point.
Oh, same. It was a really bad perk. It got really bad. And yeah, I'm glad they added it back, because it was rough bad. Survivor item add-ons. We have some changes here, which may be debatable. The anti-hemorrhagic syringe, which was it used to be called, is now called the anti-exhaustion syringe, and it removes the heal over time effect. And it now, so it doesn't heal you over time anymore. It now removes exhaustion on use, and it consumes the med kit. So it doesn't heal you anymore. This medkit item no longer heals you.
Yeah. They broke my syringe. I used to love using
I hate that so much. Especially because if you're the last player in the game and you need a heal to be able to get to that gate, it's gone. You're done.
I will say, they somehow, in my opinion, they kind of buffed it because, well, specifically I should say they buffed it for high MMR. Because, like, for mid to low, it was just kind of like a decent, okay, I can extend chase. Like what Bunny said, I can heal myself to go to an exit gate and not be one shot. Stuff like that. For a high MMR, though, they're more willing to be like, okay, I can be injured for the whole game. I'm fine. That's life. But now they have, like, exhaustion tools to protect themselves, but now they can do it another time. And if they have Blood Rush, they can do it a third time. Which I know Blood Rush isn't really popular, but I feel like it's because of the restriction of having to be hooked. So not having the restriction to be hooked and just kind of having that in your medkit, it's gonna feel kind of tough for high MMR. But I feel like for low and mid MMR, it's just gonna be kind of a buff for killers, if that makes sense. So buff for survivors in high MMR, buff for killers in mid to low MMR. That's my opinion, though.
I was like, that's completely fair. Where I liked it being the heal effect instead of what they're changing it to is, I am someone who sucks at dead hard. Cannot do it ever. So I used it as my 3 hit down instead of a 2 hit down, because you hit me once, and as long as I know I can extend chase, I'll pop it mid chase and keep running. Because I am not someone who was ever good at hitting dead hard.
That's real.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. This is a fine change. I get the syringe was controversial. As someone who I don't play killer, my killer is I'm 30% killer and the rest survivor, but I just didn't see this often. I also didn't run this a lot as a survivor. I don't know. Was this a problem? Does anyone think this was a problem?
There wasn't like a fraction of people who high MMR, you just have so many blood points and you're running so many matches that you could feasibly run a red add-on every single match and not worry about running out. You would always load in, you would always basically have a syringe, and you could use it in certain moments that weren't on yourself. I think it really shined on, like, somebody's camping a slug or two and you're chasing survivors off. You see a survivor heal their down teammate for a half a second, you chase them around a loop for like 10, 20 seconds, you down them, one of those people gets up, the other one gets picked up. It was a way to kind of pick that soft lock. You were kind of in the middle of a 3-down situation, and you could anti-hemorrhagic syringe one person, normal heal somebody else. It was a real way to kind of spread yourself around the map if you knew what you're doing. And without it, that's kind of lost. Now I think slugging is a lot stronger without the passive heal. But also, if you brought like Wiglif or Botany, those passive healing buffs would apply to the syringe. And you would then, instead of having to wait 12 seconds to pick up a down teammate, they would come up in like 6. And that I felt was too strong. I felt if you had 100% healing buff from whatever means, from We'll Make It, from We're Gonna Live Forever, I think then the syringe was too strong. It's just a weird balancing point that they could have focused on, but they didn't. They just scrapped the whole add-on.
Yeah, we're going to kill it.
I don't see people in the future kind of running a syringe just to lie the second time.
Yeah,
If that makes sense. Like if you had Sprint Burst 99 and you used it again, and then you used your syringe on yourself and you got 3 Sprint Bursts in a chase, I think that's fine. I think where it's at right now is because they also changed the purple one. Now, if you're able to tell somebody used their syringe, you can also guarantee all they did was clear their exhaustion. The only thing I have to worry about is they lie again, they Sprint Burst again. Dead hard, if they already used it in chase, they're not getting a second one. It works once per down. The amount of exhaustion perks are kind of balanced already that I think this add-on doesn't blow it out the water in its current state.
Yeah.
I feel that the exhaustion perks I feel are pretty well balanced at this point. So them just changing syringe from being able to heal to just getting rid of exhaustion, don't think that was necessary. Don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be a lot of builds that are buffed by it if you use the syringe. However, I did like the fact, because I had a game where I had teammates down, and instead of trying to heal them when killer were still practicing the area, I would just syringe them and run away, because obviously they would just get up on their own. Very useful for that. So the fact that like they switched that out to just remove exhaustion, I personally think that was like a major debuff to that.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue is it has nothing to do with healing, which I totally get. Like, it's why exhaustion?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like a weird alteration there. Let me get into the styptic.
Go ahead. It also kind of bothers me because I feel like it's another nerf to new players because not everyone's a looper right off the bat, and basically you're making the Eerie add-on useless for anyone who hasn't been playing for like hours and hours on end.
Bingo.
Right. They're not going to get any value out of it. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, and it's one because of the fact that someone who played the game for a while and like still couldn't loop to save their life for however many hours into the game I was. Like, I didn't get good at looping until probably a few months ago at this point. I was awful at it. So like having that little buffer edge there where like, oh, I got hit, I can use this and like attempt to save myself a little bit. Kind of nice. So the fact that like that's gone kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer. The other change to the add-on is the styptic agent removed the endurance status effect. No longer consumes a med kit on secondary action. They essentially just increase the efficiency when healing yourself by 15%. There's a reward for that.
I'm curious though. I'm curious to see that one shining now. If somebody runs purple medkit, purple add-on, gel dressing, and then you slap like botany knowledge on that.
Right.
I'm curious to see if you could get like 3 or 4 heals out of the same medkit and how fast they are. If that really shines, you might start seeing that where the beefy medkit build is purple add-on plus gel dressing plus healing self perks. Then you get 2 people who are swapping chase and healing behind walls. That might be much better, but I have yet to see.
Let's wait and see.
Absolutely. Palette density. This has been a controversial, hot topic lately. So there were, a while back, last update, there was a big palette density update that was kind of shadow dropped. I mean, it was kind of in the update, but like it kind of wasn't super detailed ahead of time. And so like things like Haddonfield got palettes that filled in spaces where there wouldn't be a lot of dead zones. However, this was kind of applied to all realms and all maps when they shouldn't have. And so now they have reviewed and reduced the safety of pallet loops on Macmillan Estate, Asylum, the Red Forest, Yamaoka Estate, Haddonfield, and Mount Ormond Resort. They also adjusted the spawn logic of certain structures, for example, the main building in Disturbed Ward, the piers in the Backwater Swamp, to better randomize items and balance the distance between windows and pallets. This also impacts the Red Forest. They also adjusted the Crotus Pen Asylum realm, reducing the safety in the main building, which could spawn near maze tiles and chain into other tiles. That map was especially problematic. So they kind of they kind of cut back on these loops because you would have sometimes a pallet next to a pallet, and these were like good pallets. So made M1 killers really struggle against these loops. So happy to see that they've reduced them. I'm not seeing any feedback on this yet, but I think good changes overall. What do we think? Cypher, I'll jump to you first. Cypher?
Bro.
My mic was muted that entire time. That's great.
That's real. That's real.
No worries.
You're so real for that.
All
So,
good.
I am kind of sad about that because one of the maps that they have lowered the pallet count on is a map that I specifically suck at looking even with the pallets, and that is Haddonfield.
Yeah. I'm curious what changes they did there specifically.
Yeah, I want to see what they did because, like, that map, not one of my strong suits by any means. That is a map that I can be just taken out of within a matter of like 5 minutes if I play a loop wrong. And
that's not you though. That's just Haddonfield in general. That map is just super killer sided. It's ass.
I think
Total
bad
ass.
news. I've heard recently that the new Haddonfield's pretty killer sided. They took away, I want to say, a decent amount of pallets they added. So,
oh god, okay.
I am not looking forward to that. I am not looking forward to it at all. Because like there's maps that I feel, and Haddonfield is a very easy subject for this map. There's maps that I feel that are way too small.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Haddonfield is one of those maps that you're gonna load in, and the moment you see the map, you're like, oh no, all of us are dead at 5 gens.
A third of the map is a dead zone already, and then the middle street takes probably 2 chases before you're out of pallets if the survivors aren't conservative.
I was gonna say,
Yep, you really, as a survivor, I'll give you advice, learn how to loop House of Pain. That's the double staircase going in opposite directions.
I do like House of Pain for
House
it.
of Pain's a great loop.
It is a strong loop. If they modified that with the pallets, I'm going to be very sad.
I doubt they touched that one. It's probably the pallets out on the street that they touched, is my guess.
Yeah.
Or in the houses. But probably not that one. Because that is the best loop on that map.
Yeah.
Bunny, your thoughts on the map, the pallet density?
I mean, I'm not much of a looper. I'm a gen jockey and healer. So, like, I will run to the House of Pain, like he said. That's probably the only loop I use on that map. Unless Cypher sees me running in the street like a chicken with my head cut off. But, like, I try to get to the house.
Flashlight.
But yeah, they always find me because I'm always on that one gen that, for some reason, in the back of the killer's mind, they're like, that's where Bunny is. And then they immediately come over and pluck me, and I'm like, God damn it.
Always find Joe. That's good.
You are mine. You are mine.
Maddie, your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't know why. I don't want to be mean. So if this is mean, tell me to stop. It feels like every time behavior's like, we're going to do a thing, they're like, we're also going to do this. And everyone's like, no, don't do that. And they're like, we're going to do it anyway. And then everyone's like, this sucks. This does not feel fun. Can we undo that? And they're like, okay, we'll undo it. It's like, why do they keep doing extra things beyond what people ask? Because people are like, hey, Haddonfield doesn't have many pallets. They're like, yeah, we agree. We're going to add more pallets. Yay, nice. We're also going to add it to all of these realms. It's like, whoa, hold your horses there, Buster. That's not what we're asking here in these parts. It's just, they're just doing, I don't know. I feel like recently, especially with like the anti-camping tunneling, well, anti-tunneling, slugging specifically, bug fixes, like a lot of that stuff, they do more than what people have wanted or asked for, and at times feels kind of hostile. And then they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. It's like, didn't mean to. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. It always feels like they overcompensate, and they know they're overcompensating, but they want people to tell them what it is they need to pull
Yeah,
back
like-
on.
Like, can we just do like simple or like be a little bit instead of being like, we added a new perk that lets you kick completed gens, but now if you do it, you break your leg in real life. It's like, whoa, we don't need that. Yeah, no, thank
I'm
you.
gonna get out of work.
This is a nice paid vacation.
My brain still tells me that like kicking a gen doesn't do a thing, so I still don't
Yeah,
kick gens.
I mean,
I love kicking pallets. I love breaking wood. But the fact that there's no mention of the game in this, I'm like, that
yeah.
you gotta do this a little bit, please. I hate that.
And then-
map.
And then on the last community stream, you had them wondering, why are people getting slugged on this map? And it was the game, or I think it was the game, or getting slugged or tunneled. But all of those problematic maps were indoor maps, and that's because the pallet density is awful on all those maps.
Mm-hmm. Like, take some pallets away, add some more window vaults, and I think people will be happy.
Yeah,
There's like what 2-3 windows on the map, and one of them are usables. Like there's no windows on the game. It's just pallets.
It's just
Mhm.
pallets. It's a pallet factory. Arg.
Yeah, no cows here, no butchering there.
No, just pallets.
I will say
CVNE
they can mess
Go
with
ahead.
palette density on any map that they want. As long as they don't touch RPD, I'll be a happy person.
I think RPD's in a healthy spot.
Yeah, I'll admit,
Since they,
RPD's a good map.
yeah, it's a balanced map, I'd say for sure.
It is
Sounds
by
awesome.
far my favorite, for obvious reasons. My literal top
Of
3
course.
favorite maps are all indoor maps, and people hate me for that. But
No, I get that though. I get that.
Maddie
I love
loves indoor maps
RPG.
too.
I love
Mhm.
the asylum map. Not asylum. The hospital.
Larry's.
Larry's. I love Hawkins. And I was like, why the fuck do you like this map? I was like,
Stop.
I like
that
Hive.
is so
I like
funny
hate
that
Hive.
you say
Hawkins.
that.
Play
because
Hillbilly
my
one
top
time,
3
and you'll change your mind.
Well, I don't play
That's-
Hillbilly, so I'm fine.
It's so fun that you say that because my literal top 3 favorite maps is RPD, Hawkins, Larry's. In that order. I love
That
those
is-
maps dearly.
That is insane to me. That is just insane. Is it the ambiance, the atmospheres, or the way it's designed? What about like I'm specifically asking about Hawkins because like I had mentioned last week's episode, it's my least favorite map. But what about it do you love?
I personally know a lot of people who hate Hawkins, and it has part to do with like the design and like it's hard to like know where you're going. It's kind of a maze, but at this point, all indoor maps are like that. The only one that really isn't is RPD at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah.
with that, I like being able to run through the corridor on that map, or just like turn into some of the rooms who like pallet one side, easy open spot on the other side. Which don't get me wrong, it makes it hard to loop on it, but like if you play your parts correctly, it's a really good map for looping for those reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all totally fair. Totally fair.
Bunny, do you have favorite maps?
Oh, yeah. I also like RPD, and I was telling Bryson when he was in our stream about the map that came with the unknown. I love it for the bushes.
Oh, Greenville Square.
I love the
Mhm.
bush tech.
Bush
And then I'm
tech.
also gonna have to agree on Hawkins because there's this one hole in there, and I'm not good at looping, and I can hole a survivor in there because they won't think I'll run along the edge, and then they'll just run straight, and then I'll be alive.
Nice.
Bunny, I don't think it's the unknowns map that you like. I think it's Singularities.
Oh, it is Singularity. You're right. It's not
Oh,
unknown.
yeah.
Oh,
you got
Toba
you.
Landing.
Toba Landing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
I
you
love,
for
I
correcting
love
me.
You're welcome.
Toba bush techs, actually. You're telling, yeah, Toba
Yeah,
landing
it's
bush
really good.
techs.
the.
Heck yeah, because a lot of my skins I wear are red, so like you ain't gonna
Oh, there
see
you
Oh
me.
go.
yeah, that's perfect. Hell yeah.
London,
Yeah,
Hive,
that's
London,
a good one. Stevie, did you have any final thoughts on pallet density?
It's to be seen. I think that them
Yeah,
going
totally
back on
agree.
what they did is a good change. There's a couple maps that have always been a problem with pallets, whether they're too few or too many. I hadn't feel in the game for both ends of the spectrum. But I think as far as the maps go, I think it's fine. I like Spirit Fury Enduring now because of the change. I love just swinging into every single pallet. It's a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the Auto Haven probably is going to be a strong point for a lot of survivors. It's just all the maps are big. It's likely to be filled with maze tiles. You still get the random chance of everything's a jungle gym or everything's a TL wall.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good for either side. I actually played today, and right now you can do it. There's a map showcase for Gas Haven.
There is, yes.
Really interesting that they brought that out to showcase their new lighting. Map looks
Mhm.
beautiful. I know it's not a
It does
palette
really
thing,
very
but the map
nice.
looks fucking phenomenal with the new lighting.
I will add though, there is something weird with that map where sometimes the breakable door for the gas station next to like that window, like in the front, you know what I mean? Like the door,
Yeah.
yeah.
window. Sometimes breakable wall will be there, and other times it just won't be there. Like you don't have to kick it; it just won't exist. And
That's
it's
interesting.
weird. It's interesting. It's like, well,
We need fewer breakable walls, in my opinion. So I think that's a good thing.
yeah. It's breakable walls are weird. They're weird. I
Yeah.
like the animations. I like the animations of people breaking it. They're weird.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Autohaven, quickly on there, they adjusted the lighting and the fog there, and the hue is no longer more yellowish. It's more like
It's like
blue.
minty
Do they do
yellow.
Very
blue?
green gray.
More green gray. Okay.
Green
So
gray,
there's there's a dedicated queue for it. Rotates those maps in that realm. So if you want to check out the new Autohaven, you can queue into that and play a few games there.
Exactly.
Last update. There were a lot of bugs here. We're not going to go over those. There were also some add-ons to certain killers. You can go look those up. Like Pinhead and Singularity had 2 add-ons that were
We also
changed.
talked about
We're
it in the Stevie and Me episode, the solo, well, the
yes,
duo episode.
y'all did. So, and those changes. And I also want to mention anything that we did not cover in this was not from the PTB discussion. That was just Stevie and Madison. Did not go through. If we did not talk it here, did not go through. So, for example, the Cenobite change where he could not hook the survivors with endurance, that was reverted. So that didn't go through. So if it was not talked about here, it did not go through, or it was just very small and we didn't touch on it. Final thing I want to touch on in terms of updates, UX changes. There are lots of changes here. They kind of moved around some settings to make them easier to find, but you can now the big thing to highlight here are scratch mark colors. You can now go change your scratch mark colors while in lobby and in game. So go play around with those. And there's lots of colors to play around with. What's everyone's go-to scratch mark color going to be?
Is
I
this
think for
available on
me-
console?
Ooh, as soon
It
as
is. I know a
lot of
9.3
stuff
comes
isn't
out, yeah, you
available
should be
on
good to
console.
change scratch mark colors.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
9.3
was
is
a
out
thing.
now.
I'm so happy.
It's brand new.
They did delay the Xbox update though, so if you're on Xbox,
course.
you have to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
I always
you
have
have
to
to
wait
Bunny got
longer. What are
delayed.
we talking about here?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, maybe they'll compensate you with a little BP. Maybe.
Or maybe
I
some
mean, they did it
earrings,
last
maybe some
time.
earrings.
Oh,
Yeah, because you all were late on the anniversary, right?
Yeah, we were delayed by I think a week.
Oh my
That's
God,
crazy.
A week? Oh
Was
my
it a
gosh.
week?
That's a
One
third
week
of the
before
event.
Spin Tab? Oh
No,
my
it was
God,
like-
I'm so sorry.
2 days, was it not? I don't think it was
Was
a
it
week.
2 days? I thought it was a week because I remember
Mm.
like halfway through when it was supposed to start, I was gonna try and get online. I couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it wasn't this past anniversary. It was the previous anniversary that it was down like that.
Well, I
yeah.
have a stream tag kind of dumb, so take everything I say with a grain of salt.
It's all good.
No
I'm
worries.
like
No
that
worries.
too. I'm like, did you know Michael Myers' mask was based on Mike Myers?
That was
I'm so
that was a
upset about
moment.
that.
That was
I'm
a
so
moment here.
upset about that.
I love that. It was that episode was wild. Go check out our Halloween review episode. It was that was a trip. I said Alien Resurrection at one point. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It's okay.
I'm
Always
probably gonna-
remember there's hatchets in the locker.
Yeah.
So,
There are hatchets in
context
the
to that wonderful thing. The last time we were streaming 2v8s, and Bunny was thought a survivor's in a locker, and they're like, I think they're here, and they open it, they're like, no, but there are hatchets in this locker, and then open a different one. They're like, there's hatchets in this locker as well. I looked as Bunny, there's hatchets in every locker. I'm fucking Huntress.
Yes. Yeah. That is a thing. That is a thing.
Mhm.
Scratch mark color. I'm probably gonna go pink or purple or whatever color they've got. Maybe yellow, but that's my go-to
I
probably.
will probably go green just because.
Ooh,
Ooh, green.
green might be hard on some. Is it neon green? Do we know?
It's
neon
not.
green,
It's like a
yeah.
lime.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It's not like a
because if it's
like
dark
a
green,
sage
that'd be
green.
rough.
You're not gonna be
Dude,
like,
if
yeah.
it is dark green, killer's never seen you.
No, don't worry. It's
Right,
very
right.
contrasty green.
yeah.
Good. Stevie Madison.
Red till I'm dead.
Oh, you're
Really?
like
You're gonna stick with the
OG.
red?
Stick with red.
Okay.
I will also probably stick with red, but I'll probably play around because maybe I'll like it more. There is the immature part of me that wants to go with white, and then I'll probably do like a pink or green. Because if you don't know, viewers, if you're watching, or listeners, for the viewers, I don't know if this will work. Let's see if I can show you how thick my glasses are. I can see
wow.
shit.
Okay.
I can't see shit. I have a horrible sight. And normally during a video game, it's pretty fine. But when you need to look for red scratch marks and half the game is fucking red because it's about murder, so blood, and like the red stain, so it's just kind of like lots of red. I can't see it sometimes. So I really appreciate it. So I could go Danganronpa and go the hot pink. I could be a
There
little
you go.
freak and go for like the lime green or the white. Or
You
I
could
could be
theme
basic
it
and
with the
stick
killer.
red, because I can still
Mhm.
do that. And I think there's an orange too, so that might help too.
And
See,
they
I
said
feel
they
that-
would be willing to add more too if people
Yeah.
want it. So
Add rainbow RGB scratch marks.
I
just
personally
add
find
hex
this really fun.
codes in there.
I probably won't just stick with one color, because like I do now the fact that they're adding them, I probably will like use red a little bit, use blue a little bit, use green, use purple. Like I think it'll be fun just like mess around with them. White, I do see white being like a fun choice to use from time to time.
Exactly.
Until you get Ormond, and then you'll have to change it.
And
But
then
yeah,
you don't
it'd be
see
fun.
shit.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Unless
"Where
you
did
want to
it
play hard
go?"
mode, I guess. I don't know if you want to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Cool. That is the last bit for the 9.3 update. Let's get into the Grimoire, which they covered in the community stream from
I'm
last
ready for
Friday.
this.
Very
ready.
quickly, we're going to go over this. We're not going to be going over it in depth. If you want more details, you can look at the stream, but we will cover this at a later date when these reopen. But the next phase of the Grimoire will start soon so that the devs can start prototyping in December. The phase of the voting, this phase of the voting will focus on the killer's power. And so the four main things we're going to be voting on are the active power. How does one gain a sin? Because if you remember, this is an angelic killer, and the power will be inflicting sins on survivors.
Yes.
So how does one gain a sin? How does that sin progress throughout the game? And then how does the sin
What is the
affect
effect of a sin?
survivors?
Like, what
Yeah.
does it do once
So-
you're affected with sin?
And they really dive deep into the options for each of these. We will not get into that here, although there was a very highlight part of the power where, in terms of the effect of the sin, where it transfers you to another realm, kind of like the
Pocket
void,
realm shits.
which a lot of people were vibing with, myself included.
I like the domain expansion power.
Yeah,
Give the
so
fans,
Jujutsu
if you know,
I'm
killing.
looking
you know.
forward to it.
Yes.
When you
Thoughts
said
on
another
this,
realm,
Maddie? I'll
my
jump to
brain
you
went
first.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
you've activated my trap card. Maddie, I'll jump to you first since you're kind of the expert Grimoire keeper here. What are your thoughts here?
I actually didn't think they would do like specific things for like the power, like each step of the power. I thought it would be kind of like maybe one or two, and then the survivor. But I really appreciate them doing it specifically, because it feels like we're not just being like, we choose this theme and they do this and then that's it. We really get to like help create this killer and like choose every specific part and how it works. And I just think that's really fun. And I don't know. I feel like the last option shouldn't really be a vote, because I feel like everyone's gonna vote for domain expansion. Because like, come on,
Yeah.
let's pull domain expansion.
Stevie, your thoughts?
I'm probably gonna be the odd one out. I'm probably just gonna vote for some funky shit. I don't care what they're gonna do with it. I'm gonna have fun with an angel killer, so I'm just gonna pick on vibes. I'm gonna try to disregard everything that the community says, but exile them
domain
to a void
expansion.
realm.
Domain
Exile them to
expansion.
a void realm.
Gotta do a domain expansion. Come on,
Send their ass to the shadow realm.
send their ass to the shadow realm. Exactly.
There you go.
You can't
There you
say no to that. Come on. Come on.
Cypher, Bunny, what are your all's relationship with the Grimoire? Have you been voting? Have you been keeping track with it? What are your thoughts there on this kind of vote for your chapter?
I haven't been voting.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest.
Not
I
a
am
problem. Not a problem.
Super excited for an angel killer. I thought that was
Mhm.
what was gonna come out when they released their most recent killer, and I got so mad because I thought they scrapped the idea. But turns
Oh,
out
yeah.
it's still in the works.
Yeah, the community's making it. It seems.
Killers take forever.
Yeah, they take like
they
at
do.
least a year, which is crazy. Lots of
Mhm.
development. Like currently, they could be working on FNAF 2 with the Mimic. You never know.
Maybe,
Hmm.
or
You
Foxy
triggered
somewhere
my
out there.
phasmophobia.
Yeah.
I think it's a mimic. The grass is too green. Sorry.
Wonderful off-topic thing with that. Me and Bunny loaded into Phasmophobia, and Bunny used to be like extremely good at the game. We loaded it in. Bunny seen the map, and I was like, "I don't want to play this map. The grass is too green, by the way. It's a mimic." I looked as, "What do you mean it's a mimic?"
It
Bunny's like,
wasn't
"It's a mimic. Just
it
vote
was
a
a
minute."
Diogen.
Oh yeah,
I'm not playing Phasmophobia in a long time. That game has changed so much over the years.
Yes.
For the better, for sure.
Yeah. I will say, people who are really good at Phasmophobia kind of scare me because they'll go in, press like a few buttons, pull like the EMP, whatever, and they'll be like, it's this specific ghost. And I'd be like, how the fuck did you know that?
I
It's been
feel
5
that I'm not good at that game in the slightest. So like,
My only response to that is, ooh.
That's the best way to do it. Scare your friends playing the game.
Cypher, your thoughts on the Grimoire, if
Angel Killer, hell yeah. Hopefully comes soon.
Yeah.
On the other part of it, please domain expansion.
any? Mm-hmm. Totally agree.
I think it would be fun.
I think it would be cool because it'd be kind of like Halloween, like when you get to go to the other realm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Except
I
it's
like
it.
involuntary.
Yeah, it is. And they said you'd have to like complete a trial of some sort there, so maybe like a puzzle or a challenge there.
A
That'd
puzzle
be
would
kinda
be
cool.
kind of go hard. A
They're
puzzle would
just
go
Yeah.
hard.
They're just giving us the gulag from Warzone at this point.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
gosh.
right.
I know.
Oh
I'm
my
just thinking
God, that
Doorman
was-
from Deadlock.
Or Doorman, yes. Oh my god, the killer gets to push the survivors out of the way and go for the door. Like, no!
Awesome. Well, y'all, that is the end of episode 23. Bunny, Cypher, thank you all so much for joining us. This was a
Yeah.
lovely conversation. If listeners want to find you on your streams, where can they find you all?
I'm on Twitch and I'm working on a TikTok right now. I'm BunniLosesTTV on Twitch.
Bunny loses.
Awesome.
Not for long.
Nah, I lose
I-
every game. Don't you worry.
Nah. Hey, practice makes perfect.
I
And your
am CypherFallen over on Twitch. I can't even say just Twitch. I have a whole link tree dedicated because you can find me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I got pages for days, but
Nice.
yeah,
And we'll
my
have all those
mainstream
links in the
sources,
description.
sounds good.
Yes.
But yeah, my
Awesome.
main place to find me would be just twitch.tv/CypherFallen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
listeners, check them
Well,
out, please. These are chill
Yes,
people.
please. Links will be in the description, so please go check them out so you don't have to go search them yourselves. Listeners, viewers, thank you for your support. Don't forget to send us an email or join our Discord. That link is also in the description. You can follow us on our socials as well, Instagram and TikTok. Share the podcast with someone that you love or don't like. Up to you. We don't really mind as long as they like it. We don't really care who you share it with. Thank you, Bunny, and thank you, Cypher, for joining us. This is a wonderful conversation. We loved having you on. Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you, viewers and listeners, and we'll see you in the fog next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.